Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a CWGC intern for the Centenary period of Passchendaele. I've been based in Tyne Cot for the summer.
Hi Tom. So what made you want to be a CWGC intern?
Well, I've always really enjoyed history, and I graduated in history from Royal Holloway last summer. It was only upon looking at some online research that I came across the War Graves Commission, which I'd never heard of before. When I found out they were offering an internship and I found out what they were doing in terms of commemoration for the Centenary of Passchendaele, I really wanted to get involved, and it'd be a great opportunity for a history graduate. I really enjoyed it.
So what's been your best experience while you've been out here with us?
I would say it's probably been being part of the entire process for the Centenary and being a part of a history in the making in that sense. Remembering that in 100 years' time, you can recall back that you're being part of this process. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience.
And do you have any advice for the next wave of interns?
Ironically, I'm one of them for the next wave. So I'll be relocating to Thiepval in the Somme. So that'll be like a new country, new location, new team of people to work with. I'm really looking forward to it. But for anyone looking to get involved with the commission, and for anyone who's now be participating in the next wave of interns for the scheme, it's just don't be shy and get involved. Really seize the day, go out and talk to people and get involved and be engaged.
Hello, my name is Alicia and I've been working here at Tyne Cot for the CWGC as a Centenary intern.
Hello. So, what made you want to be a CWGC intern right at the very beginning?
It was an interest in history for me, and especially the histories of the personal histories of people. So telling battle history through personal stories was a big attraction to me, and also the fact that you'd get to work abroad was a big attraction.
What's been your best experience while you've been out here working for the commission?
The best experience has probably been hearing people's stories from the relatives who come here. And there was one person in particular who brought in a booklet full of research that he'd done, and he even let us read an original letter by his relative who died in the war. That was awesome.
Do you have any advice for the next wave of interns who are coming in to take over from you?
I'd say when you're working in Tyne Cot, it'd be a really good thing if you go and visit some of the headstones that don't get visited too often, or some of the names on the wall, because when you're working here you might find that some of them might get neglected, and it would be nice to just walk and read some of the inscriptions on those headstones or read some of the names.
Hi, my name is Lewis and I'm a CWGC intern, and I've been working at this wonderful site, Thiepval Memorial, for the past 3 months.
Hi. What made you want to be a CWGC intern?
So it's coming on a battlefield site tour when I was at high school that really found my interest for history. I went home and researched a lot about the war, and then thought what better opportunity to give back my passion to history than to come and be a CWGC intern for the summer, and to give that passion back to members of the public and other youngsters who are keen and eager and wanting to learn as much as they can, not just about the war but history in general.
What's been your best experience while you've been out here with us?
So apart from meeting the royals at Passchendaele, so William and Kate and Prince Charles, actually day-to-day interactions with the public, you get to meet fascinating people who come with their relatives' medals and they tell you their stories, and it's a really moving and it's an amazing experience to actually learn from them and actually to help them learn where their relatives were fighting and the work the commission is doing to still to this day to commemorate their relatives.
Do you have any advice for the next group of interns who are coming to take over from you?
As I was based in Arras, it was 40 minutes on the train, give or take, to Paris, so getting out and travelling and seeing as much of France, Belgium as you can on your days off, because it's a fantastic place. There's so many different cultures just in so many different areas, and it's being able to embrace that and get to grips with it is a great way to spend your time.
Hello, I'm Callista. I'm one of the Centenary interns here, and we've been out here for about 3 months now, so yeah, based in Tyne Cot here.
Hello.
Hi.
So, what made you at the very beginning of this programme want to be an intern for the Commonwealth War Graves Commission?
Well, like most people out here, I do have a background in history and a lot of historical interest, but I think one of the biggest draws was actually when I was here 4 years ago, when I was 15 years old. And I remember walking around here and really overwhelmed by simply how many people were here, and I was really struck with the thought that I didn't know a single person. I didn't know anything about anyone. And so when I saw the scheme advertised and I saw that people would be based out here in Tyne Cot, I realised it was an opportunity to discover who some of these people were, and in a way keep their memory alive by, well, being able to know who they were and their lives and who they were before the First World War. So yeah.
What's been your best experience while you've been based here?
Definitely the discovery of Samuel Smiles, who is buried here as well at Tyne Cot. And we, again, like with so many people who were buried here, we knew absolutely nothing about him. His name just was brought to mine and my colleagues' attention. Of course, Smiles, that's really quite a pleasant last name. And just one day I decided to just quickly check the information the CWGC had on him. And I realised he was from Belfast, which is where I now live. And wow, it started this amazing journey, and now we can tell visitors so much about him, and really how him and his brother's death, they both died in the First World War, also played such an important part in the Second World War as well. And it's a story you wouldn't know walking past, and yeah, it's just been really great being able to show that and yeah, tell that to the visitors who come in.
Do you have any advice for the next group of interns who are coming in to take over from you?
Do what I did and try and find out as much as the burials here as you can. Every time I walk around, if I find a name that's interesting, or I find a really interesting inscription, or it can just be for no reason and you just think that the headstone might seem quite interesting, go on our website and see if you can find any information, and you never know where it will take you as well. Yeah, definitely. I get so passionate about it, but you can read. The more you read about someone, the more you find in common with them as well, and that's, you know, one of the important reasons why, especially children, are visiting these cemeteries. They need to be finding the similarities in the people buried here. So yeah, definitely, don't look at them as headstones. Look at them as people.